So excited to see how it turns out. Hello sewing friends, and welcome back to my sewing channel. It's my slice of freedom where I love to share about all of the projects that I'm currently working on. In a couple of weeks, I'm going to visit my best friend who lives on the other side of the country as me. She just had a baby, and I will be meeting my niece for the first time. So I thought that I'd sew her up a little dress and show you guys how I do that in case you wanted to try out this pattern. Maybe you have it and you're about to sew it, or just to inspire you if you want to make any baby clothes of your own. I was searching for quite a while for a dress that would be absolutely adorable, it would be functional, and something that I could really see her wearing. And I finally found the Daisy dress by Oh Me Oh My Patterns on Etsy. It comes in view A and view B, and I decided to do view B. Her mom also commented on how easy the snaps would be to snap her into it when I sent the pattern to her. Once I found the pattern, I knew I had the perfect fabric to go along with it. I had a beautiful blue eyelet cotton fabric in my stash. It's a shirt that I thrifted quite a while ago. It's 100% cotton. I think it was originally made in India. It's really good quality fabric. It's soft, and I think it will be perfect for the baby dress. Okay, let's get to sewing. Okay, so it's been about a week. I needed to take a little bit of a break to do my other job. So in addition to working full-time, I also bought a house a few years ago that I rent out to traveling professionals. So I rent out 2 extra rooms in my house, and I have some tenants moving in. So I have been power cleaning furiously my house for the last couple of days, just getting everything ready for them to move in. And I'm so tired. I'm so tired. So I haven't been able to work on this for a little bit. Where I stopped was attaching the bodice to the skirt, and I wanted to talk about that a little bit. And I'm glad that I stopped there because I realized that I was supposed to put on the snaps before going any further and actually attaching the bodice. I was waiting for them to be delivered, so it's not entirely my fault that I skipped this step. But they're here. This is the set that I got. They are the plastic ones. I believe they're called the cam snaps. I did a little bit of research on the snaps and kind of what were the best ones to use. I know that there are metal ones, there are plastic ones, so I kind of just wanted to get other people's takes on it based on what they've used for their projects before. And kind of the consensus that I was finding was that the metal ones, because we as craft sewists and, you know, we're not big corporations, so we don't have the industrial material to really seal them closed. It seems like they are more likely to pop off of the clothing and expose the metal prongs that kind of connect them together, which I definitely don't want. This is a baby dress, so I wouldn't want that in general, but definitely not for my niece, for my friend's baby. So even though it wasn't what I originally wanted to do, I decided to opt for these plastic snaps here. They kind of just snap together like so. And they're pretty durable, like I like them. The color just happened to match perfectly with the material. This is just a scrap material, actually the same one that my dress is made from, but these ones, they match like perfectly. They match perfectly with the material. The issue that I am having right now is that once they're snapped closed, they're just really bulky. And I just keep thinking, I want this dress to be really functional, you know, and efficient for her mom to snap her in and out of, dress her in and out of, which was one of the reasons her mom picked this view of the pattern with the snaps on it instead of the tie in the back, because, you know, it's easy to snap on and off of a baby. But I just don't think it's going to be very comfortable for her if she's wearing the dress for a long time, if she's lying down in it, maybe taking a nap somewhere, if she's in her car seat with it pressed against her back for a long period of time. They're just so bulky. I just don't think it's going to be comfortable for her. So I did text her mom and ask her if buttons or a zipper would be okay to do, because I think both of those would be good options. As long as it's not too hard for mom to get the dress on and off baby, I think it will be a good swap. So a little bit more about attaching the bodice to the skirt. The instructions say to pin at the notches, the center notch and the side seams, and then insert the bodice into the dress, and then pull the basting stitches so it kind of like tightens around it. I have never attached a gathered skirt to a bodice this way, and I've done quite a few of them, and there's just something about pinning and working with the bodice on the inside of the skirt, you know, with all this covering it, covering your line of sight, trying to get everything just right, that I'm just not liking. I don't like doing it this way. So I wanted to try the technique because I'm a new sewist and I want to be able to learn how to do things multiple ways before figuring out what works for me and which ways I like best. But I kind of just can already tell that this is not a good fit for me. So because I have to undo everything to put the buttons or the zipper or the snaps or whichever ones we decide to go with on it first and then attach it, I think I'm just going to do it the other way with the bodice on the outside of it so I can see everything there. So other than that, after I attach the bodice to the skirt, I think I just need to hem it and then it will be done. I'm so excited to see how it turns out. Okay, so I just heard back from her mom, and she said that the zipper would be a really good choice, that she has some other dresses with zippers and it doesn't bother her back when she lays down or anything. So I think that is what we're going to go with, and it's probably going to work out better with the pattern matching since the bodice pieces don't have to overlap now. They can just come together. So I'm pretty excited about this choice. I think it will be an improvement just to make it more comfortable for baby. So I just ordered some zippers and then we'll put those in. Okay, I want to go over in a little more detail some of the changes that I made when I decided to swap out the snaps in the back for this zipper. I was really excited about the change at first because the pattern matching was just going to line up a bit more than the overlapping with the snaps since the zipper seam comes together here. It wasn't perfect. It didn't match in every section. I think it looks better than the snaps would have been with it overlapping there. So the biggest issue that I ran into is that I should have installed the zipper earlier in the sewing process, way back before I sewed up the back seam of the lining and the outer shell fabric together. So this was still a raw edge right here, and that way I could enclose the lining fabric over this exposed part of the raw edge of the zipper right here. So it's not going to look as professional as I would like on the inside. I am going to be covering the raw edges of these gathers with bias binding. So the armholes will be concealed, the neckline, this will be concealed. I'm not sure if this is called a French seam, but I folded in all of the seams on the inside and then stitched them down so it looks really beautiful on the inside as well as the outside. I'm just not sure how I would be able to conceal this with the lining already sewn. I'll have to play around with it. Between the outer fabric, the lining, and the interfacing, and then fold it over on itself again to install the invisible zipper, it is just really thick. It's not as thick as some of the garments I've made, but it's thick compared to the rest of this dress, and it does make it a little bit more bulky to sew up the zipper. As you can see there, it's not super easy, super smooth. You do kind of have to hold the end and pull it a little bit, especially to get it over those eyelet areas. So that's going to make it a little bit more difficult with baby, but I don't think it should be too bad. I don't think there should be too many issues. That is going to be all for the video today. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Leave me a comment down below if you sewed this pattern yourself and how it turned out. I'd love to hear about it, and I'd love to see you in the next video. Bye.